Hey guys, I got a question for you. Is the world's cheapest Glock mag actually worth it? How good is a $6 mag? We're gonna find out today. Hey heathens, it's Gun Deity, and you guys know how much I love my Glocks. And the best thing about the Glock is the reliability of the magazine. The Glock OEM mag is the king, of course, but you guys know that not everyone can afford the brand new OEM mags all the time, right? So for years, I've been recommending the KCIs. They're very similar to the standard, Glock mags, where they have the polymer outside with the metal shell on the inside, so they're pretty reliable as well. I personally have never had a problem with them. I have heard people in the past say they've had problems with them, but for me, they've worked just fine, and they work great as a alternative or a range use magazine. Still use OEMs for self-defense, but for range use, I like the KCIs. Well, a couple weeks ago, I came across an insane deal through PSA. I'm not going to actually say the name of the website, but you guys that are in the guns industry, you guys know what PSA is. They have probably the cheapest mags you could possibly ever get for Glocks. That is the AC Unity Glock mags. These are an all polymer mag, so they save on cost because they don't have that metal insert. But while KCIs average around 10 bucks, these guys are $6 right now. Granted, they are doing a blowout sale of them, so we'll see how long they last. But nonetheless, they are $6. So I wonder, how effective is a $6 mag? We're gonna have to test it out on my Vickers Tactical Glock 17. We're gonna go ahead and put some rounds through it, and then we're gonna do a little torture testing and see if a $6 magazine can hold up for at least some range use. Hopefully, it shows up to be a little bit better than that. But let's go ahead and get some eyes and ears on and put some rounds through these bad boys. All right, guys, so right now I have my Vickers Tactical Glock 17. This one is got the standard Glock magazine, 17 rounder, of course, with the Vickers Tactical butt plate. This is a perfectly reliable pistol right out of the box. You don't have to do anything from there, right? Well, the problem with Glocks is the thing that makes them the most reliable are the magazines, right? So what happens when you drop down to a $6 magazine? Well, hopefully, if everything goes to plan, hopefully nothing goes wrong with it. And this is pretty much a boring video, but let's go ahead and see if there's going to be any excitement. So let's go ahead and put some rounds on this target and just see how she performs. Apparently, these sights are not zeroed at all on this gun. But she fed all 17 rounds just fine. Let's go ahead and see what she does with some rapid succession. Okay, so fed all 17 rounds just fine. But what makes a good magazine is not that it feeds reliably every time when it's clean. What happens when you throw them in the dirt? Maybe they get a little dirty, get covered in dirt, right? What happens? What happens when they're all dirty like this? So we got that AC Unity mag, it's all loaded up. We're gonna go ahead, get some dirt on her. And see how she functions now. All right, so she seemed to work just fine when she was running dirty. But what makes the Glock mags so great is that metal insert that goes all the way through them. that steel insert makes them extremely durable, makes them to where they could take a physical abuse that most mags have a problem with. So let's go ahead and see if an all plastic mag can take some physical abuse. All right, well, you know, a mag should take a good beating, right? What happens when you do the John Wick reloads and it hits the wall or anything? Well, this one doesn't have any rounds in it, so it's not going to do much, but that's something we need to make sure that's not going to be a problem if you drop your mag, right? Well, hitting it pretty hard against the steel doesn't do any damage to it, but that's not enough for me. What if, you know, you're walking and you just, oh man, oh, there's no damage. You know, sometimes you're out at the range and, you know, you drop your mag in the dirt and then you didn't realize it. So you step on it a few times and you're like, oh no, what happened to my magazine? Oh, I hope it still works. These AC Unity mags are actually pretty darn tough. But, you know, let's go ahead and load it up full and drop it straight down onto, I don't know, maybe some rocks or something and see what happens then. All right, so now we got the AC Unity mag and we are fully loaded with 17 rounds of 9mm in it. So it's got the full capacity weight on it. And you know, I don't have any concrete out where I'm at, but a lot of ranges have concrete on the floor, right? What happens? Whoop, she's a little sticky because she's dirty. What happens if your mag drops right on to the concrete? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Apparently, nothing. Even the plastic is in pretty darn good shape. Yes, it's a little chewed up from smacking it against the steel and stomping it into the dirt and dropping it onto that rock. But these mags are holding up really, really well. I am actually very pleasantly surprised. Well, let's go out top and give my final first thoughts on the AC Unity mag. All right, guys, we're here at the studio because the audio kicked out as I was giving my final first thoughts opinion on these AC Unity mags. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but that's okay. We still have a first thoughts opinion on this guy. And I call it a first thoughts because we only have about 100 rounds through it. And honestly, they performed pretty darn well. We beat the snot out of them and they still function just fine. Especially for the price point, you can get a few dozen of these and make a good range session out of these, or beat the snot out of them, use them for backup mags, whatever you want to do. Granted, I will never tell you to not use OEMs for your home defense gun, for personal defense, because at the end of the day, that's what Glocks are known for, is their magazines. Their magazines are the best in the game. But when it comes to just something fun to take to the range, something you don't want to, that you don't mind if you beat up or, God forbid, lose while you're at the range, these $6 mags are a pretty good option. If you guys want to pick up some for yourself, I'm going to put a link in the description down below. It is an affiliate link, so the channel does get a little kickback for you guys purchasing them, but it's not... doesn't add any extra cost to you guys, and it helps out the channel. So check out the link in the description below if you guys want to get some of these AC Unity mags for yourself. And also in the links in the description below will be links to the website where you could find all the really cool merch that we have, all kinds of fun stuff, and there'll be links to the social medias where you'll see all kinds of like more behind the scenes, just some fun stuff that we do, and we post on the social medias that aren't on YouTube. So go ahead and check out those links in the description below. But yet again, my final first thoughts, not a bad magazine, especially not for $6. So you might as well get them while they're still available. Guys, as always, I'm Gun Deity, and I'll see you heathens for the next one.
I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a